guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here. Now, Iron Studios is at the top of its game. That company is doing amazing stuff on a weekly basis. Every week they have a new pre-order, a new reveal, something new to showcase, and it makes everyone excited. And to me, that's always good. They were pretty much one of the highlights at Toy Fair. Now, they recently announced a new 1/10 scale statue for Odin, the father of Thor, and also they have some new pieces for the X-Men. So in this video, I want to showcase how I feel about him. I'm going to show you the good and the bad, so stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm here at Iron Studios website and I'm going to have the link in the description as usual, so that way you can go through the information yourself. And I'm going to start with Odin right here on the side. And this piece is great in my opinion. First, I gotta let you know, I'm very happy with this price. $189.99 I think is the perfect price for this piece. Some people might say that it's too much, but I think it's good because of the quality of this piece, the design, and it weighs. This is around 5 pounds. And we're gonna go through the detail right here. And we're gonna look at the pictures in a moment, but let's look at the information that we have in the website. It releases December 30th, 2020, so that gives us plenty time until it releases. So if you can pre-order now, by all means, I think it's a good time to do it, to be prepared. It's not showing up in Sideshow yet, but I'm sure it's going to show up very soon. You'll see it at Sideshow's website. Licensed by Marvel Comics, a scale is part of the Battle Diorama series, R scale 110. Limited edition, made in polystone, hand painted. Then you have the dimensions: 12.5 inches in height, 8.6 in width, 7.8 inches in length, and the product weight is 5 pounds, which is very good. Some of these pieces in 1/10 scale are not even a pound. This is going to ship out from the warehouse in Los Angeles, California. So of course you're gonna have a distributor here in the United States. And the pre-order deposit is 10% and it's non-refundable, but of course you pay the balance plus taxes plus shipping at the end. I really love the concept of this piece. Now, normally I wouldn't say that I'm a big fan of throne themes. Many statues, they have thrones, and it seems to be a very popular theme among a lot of statues. However, not every character deserves to be on a throne, and not every character works well on a throne. So I do feel that Odin is one that actually works so well, and it's a very regal piece in my opinion. And in this case, this concept is great. Unfortunately, I've seen in the past a few concepts, few customs with the throne theme for this guy on a 1/4 scale. But beyond that, I haven't really seen anything official. There hasn't been many statues for Odin over the years. Bowen Designs had in this case, it was a 1/7, 1/8 scale, a very classic museum pose. He's holding the spear with one hand, and the other hand, he's just raising his scepter really high. That scepter is very beautiful, has a tiny little diamond on it and all. So it's a little stone, and it's very beautiful piece. Prior to that, Bowen did a mini bus, and then of course, in this case, the full piece. And then that same piece was transformed into a fox bronze. So it's the same concept from Bowen Designs. Beyond that, there were plans for another statue, but that never worked out in the end. Of course, Bowen Designs closed doors. But other companies, no other company has really done an Odin statue. And this is definitely very great. And I love the concept, love the throne. He's sitting well. I don't know, I just love the detail. The fur right there looks phenomenal in my opinion. Love the different angles. Love the weathering that they have done here in the paint. The painters did a fantastic job. This takes a lot of work. And also, they're making the look of the stone on the throne. That's pretty good. Really love that. Again, as you can see, the colors, the golden, the different variations of gold and bronze. Really nice. It's a very nice concept. I love his stand right there. He's a king, and definitely you can see that. See these pictures. I love these pictures. Really showcase a lot of detail. Love the horns in his helmet and his crown. Love that. The eye patch. This is a very classic Odin, you know, from the comics, but also, you know, Odin himself. So it's just great. Love that. Love the Mjolnir right there. That's a nice touch to it. Love the symbol, Odin symbol in the background. Love the detail. Again, look at the weathering that they have done to that to make it look like a real stone. Well, it's probably stone, but make it look like a stone. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. Whoever did this, I don't know who was the artist involved in this, but the artist put so much emphasis, so much detail on it. And I love the background they use on this Photoshop. Very comic book accurate, very fun. Really love that. This is another angle. He looks so great. I don't know. I love this detail. Of course, this is not based in any movies. This is not in the movie. It's based, of course, it's Marvel Comics. And I love what they're doing right now with this, in this case, with this collection. Not only because they started with characters based in the movies, but now they're going into the comics. And in my opinion, I prefer the comics over the movies. Look at the gold in there. It's pretty good. And this gives us a better idea of the dimensions, as you can see. Of course, the 12.2 inches is to the spear right here. It's 5 pounds, 2.3 kilograms. It's going to be heavy for what it is in comparison to other pieces in this scale. I really love this one. I think this is a perfect piece. Definitely, if you are a Thor fan like I am, I love Thor. Everything has to do with Thor. I'm definitely going to add this to the collection. I think, in my opinion, they did a phenomenal job. All right, now moving on to Magneto. This is also part of the Diorama series, but in this case for the Sentinel versus the X-Men series. But this is going to be the standalone piece, and this is $239.99. Now, I'm not too keen about the price. I don't think that this deserves to be priced as much. In my opinion, it should be priced as the same as Odin. Even though this has a taller base, I don't think it deserves that price. But that's just my opinion. This is the standalone piece. It's going to be part of the diorama as well. And that's going to be purchased separately because you cannot add these standalone pieces to the dioramas. But I don't know. It's just I feel that the price, they're going too far with it on this one. But let's explore that. This one is going to release on March 1st, 2021. Again, the same information, the scale, limited edition, made in polished stone. Now, this one includes 2 heads, with and without the helmet. So it does have a switch out head. The dimensions are 12.2 inches in height, 9.4 inches in width, and 8.6 inches in length. So technically, it's almost the same as Odin. Of course, if you count the spear as the top of Odin, but of course, it's going to be in a different, and the dimensions are a bit different. Now, it weighs only 1.7 pounds, so it doesn't weigh as much. So this is my thing where I'm saying how they can say that this can be priced more than Odin when Odin is 5 pounds. I just don't see it. Now, again, it says going to be released in the first quarter of 2021. Now, looking at this piece, I really like the pose because it's a very classic pose, but it's not something that has not, hasn't been done in the past. I've seen so many Magneto pieces, customs, and also official pieces, licensed pieces that do have the same type of pose. Starting with Bowen Designs, the action pose, which is a magnificent piece, 1/6 scale, 1/7 scale. That Bowen action is magnificent, and he had the same pose. Now, if you remember Kotobukiya, the 1/6 that I reviewed in my channel years ago, that one does have a kind of like a closed pose, just an extension of one arm, one hand. But that's based, of course, on the art of Jim Lee. It does have the same pose. Now, I've seen the customs like this in the past too, on the same type of pose. And this one, actually, when I come to look at it, it thus reminds me of the video game, the Children of the Atom, the X-Men made by Capcom, or Marvel vs. Capcom series. It does have the same pose. And I can say this because the arms are kind of chunky in one way, kind of short. The body's a bit chunky, so it does have a lot of inspiration from the video game, just the body alone. But I do like the concept. It's not bad. I'm not criticizing it to the point to say that it's a bad piece. I like what it is. And there's a lot of things that I can say that they're great about this piece. It's a very classic pose, very Magneto. It's floating in the air. That's, of course, it's just held by 2 pegs in there. And it creates the effect that is flowing, and that's perfect. I love the little head of the Sentinel there. If you're going to display this one, it's going to have you have to have some space in the background on your display, of course, because of that, the flowing of that cape. And I love here the weathering that they have with the cape. It's kind of like a rusty weathering. Interesting. You see rust in his body as well, in his boots. I'm not crazy about the belt that they use, or the design of this belt. It's not something that I feel that I've seen better belts. I don't know. It's just not something that I would say that it goes well with it. I think it needs some work or something different. In this angle, you can see it. I don't know. It just looks kind of weird. Maybe it's just the paint job. It's just the photograph. Now, here we have the switch out head. This is more like a modern version of Magneto. I love the Jim Lee style of it. Although it's kind of close, but not necessarily the same. Here's the background again. Here's a different angle. And again, it does remind me of the Bowen piece. One of my biggest criticisms of the Korukia was that, in this case, his fingers were too small in that piece. Here, the hands, they look more normal. But still, his arms look a bit, you know, they look short in comparison to his body. Looks a bit tight, the helmet. But it's great. I love a lot of things, the colors they use. Of course, these are classic colors for Magneto. That base, I would say with this price, they should have added, you know, at least a light up feature like they did in this case. What was that? Other pieces that they have light up features. For example, the with the Thundercats, Willy Kid and Willy Cat, they do have a light up feature on that little piece. So I think for this price, they would have added. And again, looking at the belt right there close, I just don't like the belt. I just don't understand what was the idea behind this type of belt. It is more like a modern style, modern outfit. I like this angle here. Very nice. I wouldn't say I'm too crazy about the mouth. He's really angry though. Now this angle looks great. So it depends on the angle. At different angles, the piece looks great or better than in other angles. Here you can see that. The painter did a fantastic job, I would say. It does. What I like about the base, although it's different, and it's something that it kind of works well with the theme of this piece. It's not overpowering the piece. At the end, it's just the statue of Magneto what is the focal point, and in my opinion, that's what it should be with every piece. Look at that. They have a lot of pictures. They have this Photoshop one, pretty nice. That's a nice angle right there. It's a good piece. A couple of things could be better, but I'm not complaining. I do like it. Oh, I love this photograph. This shows, of course, the scale and the height of this is 1.7 pounds again, 800 grams, which is not even a kilogram. And then you have 31 centimeters, 12.2 inches. So it's not small, you know. Come to think of it, it's not really small. It takes some real estate because of the way he's floating in air, how tall he is on top of that that head of that Sentinel. So yeah, it does have a lot of weight. It technically almost a 1/6 scale when you come to think of it, the same height of a 1/6 scale with everything in the end. So I really like it. It does a couple of things there that I think, in my opinion, should have been improved. There's still room for improvement because it's not coming out until the beginning of next year. But it is almost there. It's almost perfect, and it's good. I think there's no other Magneto at this 1/10 scale, so this is going to be, for the time being, as of now, is the definitive Magneto statue. Okay, now we're moving on to Gambit. And Gambit, it's a great character that always works so well with any type of pose, any statue. You know, from the sideshow, the original PF was a phenomenal piece. The maquette that is coming soon, and the piece that was produced by Korukia from Eric Sosa, a custom piece that was produced not long ago, also based on the video game, fantastic custom piece, also sculpted by Eric Sosa. Even the older pieces back in the day from Dynamic Forces and the Diamond Select, those were also great. So it's good to see that Gambit still produced, and actually it's a great piece. And I really like what they're doing here. And it's $169.99, and I'm so happy because I think this should be also the price for Magneto, in my opinion. This one is going to release in December of this year, December 1st, according to this. Of course, their time will change. But again, I love this pose. And as you can see, it gives you, this one weighs less than a pound, only 0.7 pounds. So it's really tiny. The weight is very light. The detail here with his cards and his power and the translucent, the clear rest in there really looks great. It's a really nice pose, in my opinion. As you can see, the classic outfit. This is more classic. Love that. Oh, I love this angle. Looks so great there. With his jacket and all, holding his staff. The hand of the Sentinel right there. Again, this is a standalone piece, so it's not going to be added to the diorama. So if you want the diorama, you're going to have to buy that separately. Again, I love this one. This one here, kind of smiling a bit. Love that. Oh, this one is good. Like this one. Oh, the detail even on the jacket. Even the brass on the jacket is pretty good. Did a great job. Look at this jacket right here. That looks like real leather. They did a fantastic, the painters did a fantastic job with this on the weathering. The look, this is polystone. This is not mixed media. And it looks like mixed media. Look, wow, this picture is good. That's really showcases the weather leather, you know, the jacket. You can see that leather. It does look great. They did a phenomenal job. The painters really outdid themselves with this one. The painters of the painter. And I love the staff, of course. The silver that they did in the staff looks great. The silver in the boots too. The detail even has some dirt. Wow, great piece. Again, love this. This is definitely, I really like it. Of course, this is a Photoshop one. They put more color in the translucent resin. It looks like this, but you get the idea. That's a nice one. That really reminds me of a lot of the pieces that have been created in recent years. Love the style, very Jim Lee-esque design, and I like that. Look at that. Another great picture. And this one gives us, of course, a better picture of the scale of this piece. A very phenomenal piece. Really love it. 10.2 inches in height. And, of course, 10.6 inches in the width. And, or the length. Yeah, it's the width. And 0.7 pounds, which is 250 grams, which is really not much. So, definitely, this is one that I'm really excited for. And I'm definitely going to add to my collection. Alright guys, now to put the cherry on top, I was about to finish this video and I got the notification all of a sudden of the second diorama going live now on pre-order. And we are right here, so we're gonna take advantage of it. And as you can see right here, you have it. It's $1,300, and so it's cheaper than the first diorama. $100 more than just the standalone Sentinel. But we're gonna look into it. Now, the great thing about this piece, of course, I love that even though it's not as tall as the first diorama, it does have the same, I would say, width, the same length. So, of course, it does have the same footprint. At $12.99, you can pay a deposit. You can pay in full if you want to. They give you the option. The deposit, again, is 10%. This one is going to release on March 1st, 2021. So there's plenty time. Limited edition, of course, includes Sentinel, Gambit, Magneto, and Juggernaut. Of course, this all come together. Now, Juggernaut, it's actually exclusive to the diorama. So they're not going to sell it separately. They're going to run a small batch of them on a special sale, something like that. And I was looking at in the information there. But it's not going to be sold separately as Magneto, which is a bummer, and in this case, Gambit. Magneto looks phenomenal there. Gambit looks great, and that Juggernaut is massive, and that's going to be a massive piece. But look at that. It's a bummer that Juggernaut is not going to be sold out separately, but at some point it's going to be sold in a different, maybe they're going to run some type of exclusive or something. But you can see right there, nice picture. Oh wow, this picture is terrific right here. This is a great picture. Love this one. Love the angles. I would say that that's the thing that I wasn't too crazy about. I would say about the first diorama, that some of the pieces don't seem to work well. It's like instead of all facing the Sentinel, some are facing the opposite way or something. So the positioning of some of the characters is kind of off. But here, it does work well. Of course, Magneto's on top, is using his power to really destroy his head. But look at Juggernaut. That Juggernaut is terrific. This is the back of it. Phenomenal. The detail, the weathering, and that blue on the back of the Sentinel. Wow, that piece is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the detail. Man, this is a phenomenal piece. Nice picture of Gambit. Now I'm torn. I don't know if I want to get these pieces, to be honest with you. But I'm not sure if I want to go just for the single pieces or for the dioramas. And in the end, I feel the dioramas are just terrific. Particularly this diorama works better as a diorama. Look at this. Oh, wow. That Juggernaut is massive. Look at those muscles. Look at the cannons he has. That's going to be a really huge, heavy piece. Oh, wow. Look at the detail on the doors, door handles and stuff. Oh, wow. Great job. Man, Iron Studios, you're killing me. You're doing phenomenal work. Man, that's a good one right there. Not nice pictures. I love. If I get paid to take pictures like this all day long, I would be taking pictures. I love taking pictures. Oh my god, this piece is phenomenal. Look at this. Look at this. Nice. That looks great. I don't think this one comes with a light up feature, not at all, but man, it would be nice if he had one, so you can at least turn the light, and I'm sure some people will do some type of custom on it. But look at this. This gives you a better idea. Of course, this is not the guy holding it. You know, it shows you a guy that measures 70 inches, 1.8 meters. So you're talking about a 5'8", 5'9", and this guy kind of gives you an idea of the dimensions of this diorama. It's going to be pretty big in size, not as comparable as the other dioramas because they are taller, but it's going to weigh 25 kilograms, which is 55 pounds, which is going to be pretty heavy. Super heavy. Definitely I'm excited for this one. Now again, I'm turned. I don't know if I need to get the individual pieces or I need to get the dioramas. Now this is a dilemma. The good thing is that we have plenty of time to really think about it. Well guys, there you have it. I'm telling you with honesty, I'm just surprised by what Iron Studios is doing. When the company came out a few years back, I was not impressed. You know, I would say, okay, fine. When the 1/10 scale line was announced, I was fine with it because I'm mostly a 1/6 collector. But they have been so impressive and they continue to produce new stuff, and they're just, not only that, they're improving on every single piece. They're making new stuff. They're very dynamic. They're very fresh. And in my opinion, that's what we need in this industry. We need fresh ideas. We need companies like this. So we need to be supportive. But what do you think? Are you a fan of any of these pieces? Are you excited for them? Are you going to pre-order? Are you going to pass because you don't collect 110? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to this channel. Follow me on social media. The links are down below. You can also follow me on my gaming channel, JP Gaming. You can listen to the podcast, Age of Heroes. You can also follow me on my spiritual channel, Born Again TV. God bless you, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.